Hi, Blake with BlvdHome. Today we're going to talk about appliance repairs and expensive appliance repairs that everybody can incur and how to avoid these expensive repairs because, man, everything's getting expensive nowadays. It's really getting expensive. We're going to kind of start on a side note before we get into this. I have a particular control board for a washing machine that seems to fail quite often. I'm not sure why they're having some failures with it. With this particular board that's failing all the time, I have to order it quite often. I keep it in my van stock. I had one come in and I had it sitting on my desk and we had inadvertently ordered a second one. I'm gonna use it. I'm not worried about having a second one. The first board cost me about $135. The one that just arrived to me is now over $180 in 2 weeks. Let's think about that a second. 2 weeks, it's jumped up over $40. That cost gets passed on to you, so you're gonna be paying more for these parts. These tariffs and stuff, they're real. I'm not saying they're good, bad, or indifferent. I have no opinion on them, but they are real and we are gonna feel the effect of them. So things you can do to avoid these expensive repairs, you might as well take advantage of it because you're gonna save yourself money in the long run. There's simple things you can do to make sure the appliances are gonna last. They're not expensive repairs. Now, you say expensive repairs, we're talking how expensive. What I'm gonna base this on is on the cost of replacing of the appliance versus the repair cost to this appliance. Saying a dryer is $800 and the repair bill is $600, you're almost to the cost of a brand new one. You know, what's it better to do? You better to fix it or you better to replace it? That depends on a lot of factors, but that's what we're gonna base it on. Since I already mentioned dryers, let's start with the dryers. Biggest thing you can do for dryers to save yourself repair costs. Heating elements are getting expensive. They used to be cheap and no longer. They are pricey, pricey, pricey. Biggest thing you can do to avoid repair costs on dryers, especially heating elements, is probably the biggest thing that you can help. Number one, clean your lint filter. Clean it every load. Don't tell me that you clean it every load when I get out there and I pull the lint filter out and then I peel it off your thing and then I've got a layer of blue and a layer of pink and a layer of white. And you say, I clean it every time. Sure you do. I'm just telling you you're not, but what do I know? 31 years, I've never seen a lint filter before in my life. Anyhow, clean your lint filters every time. Clean them, clean them, clean them. That's the most important thing. Second of all, have your ductwork checked. Make sure your ductwork from where it connects from the dryer to the outside of the house is cleaned. Have it cleaned at least once every 7 years. At least. That's if you can't see it. If it goes right directly to the outside, it's very easy to walk outside, make sure your louvers are open all the way. You can look inside, make sure it's nice and clean. But I'm talking the ones that go up through the roof or that make long runs to where you can't see. Make sure those are cleaned about every 7 to 8 years. I recommend 7, but every 7 to 8 years. If you're wondering, how do I get them clean? Look under HVAC and look under ductwork. You'll find cleaners. You have people that come out and clean your ductwork for your home, and that's the easiest way to do it is to find those. So have your ductwork checked. In other videos, we've shown you pictures of what ductworks look like, and they get really bad. So again, clean the ductwork. With a dryer, what keeps that heating element alive is basically airflow. We're pulling the heat away from that heating element and pushing it to the outside. If we're restricting the amount of air that can go across that heating element, well, the hotter that heating element gets, the less time it's going to last over the life of this product. It's going to fail because there's no airflow over it. It's going to fail anyway, but let's keep it as long as we possibly can without having to replace it because it's becoming very expensive. Typical repair for a dryer nowadays with service call, tax, and everything else in this area, anywhere between $300 to $500. Is the best thing that you can do for your dryer. For your venting from the dryer to the wall, make sure that that is not kinked or restricted or been mashed back behind there. That's another thing that will affect the airflow. That's something you can very easily check. Make sure your dryer is not pushed back all the way. If you need to, pull your washing machine out, look at your venting in the back, make sure that it's nice and good flow to wherever the connection is going to the outside. So that is what you can do for dryers to help with making it last long without costing you money. The next thing we're going to go to is refrigerators. You're going to say, Blake, you're beating a dead horse. And I'm going to keep beating this dead horse until it's flat as a pancake. I'm telling you, the best thing you can do, clean your condensers. Clean your condensers.
Clean condensers.
Are we clear on that? Good. That is one of the most critical things within the unit because that condenser, that is what takes the heat away during the refrigeration process. Basically, it's taking the heat from the inside of the unit and transferring there, and then that heat's being dissipated. Well, if that gets dirty, the heat doesn't dissipate, so the compressor has to run longer to cool off the refrigerator. The fan is on one side of it, the compressor's on the opposite side of it, so as the fan's blowing, it's looking to pull air through it, cooler air, take the heat away from it, and then also keep moving that air over the compressor to cool the compressor down and send some of the heat away from the compressor. Again, if they're dirty and they're filthy and they're disgusting and no air can get through it, you're affecting how well it cools, the compressor runtime, and how cool the compressor is running. What's going to end up happening is you're going to cause premature failure with that compressor, and it's expensive to fix. Under warranty, not under warranty, it's expensive. Most refrigerators now have a 1-year compressor warranty. That is it. There are a few that have more than that because they're unsure about their refrigerators. Most of them have a 1-year parts warranty on it, 1-year parts and labor. After that, you're on your own. And it's something that's very easy to do. We've have other videos on it. Please check them out. It shows you exactly what you need to do to clean your condenser. And from way back in the peanut gallery, I said, well, Blake, you're not telling me how often I should be cleaning it. Here's a good rule of thumb. Most people at time changes, unless you live in a state that doesn't have a time change, Arizona, Luckies, I hate time change. But at time change, that's a great time to change your condenser on your refrigerator. That's every 6 months approximately. That's the biggest thing you can do as far as helping yourself with refrigerators. It's gonna help you a ton. Just do it, save you the money. You're gonna save money with electricity being used because it doesn't have to run as long, and you're gonna save you money down the road because your compressor is still gonna keep running and you're gonna have the refrigerator for a long time and you don't have to spend the money to be replacing it sooner than what you really want to be replacing it. Last thing, now this is kind of a general thing. The best thing you can do for your appliances, all of them. It's my favorite thing. I will tell you honestly, I love when I hear people, I bought this wash machine or I bought this dryer, I bought this range because it has none of these fangled electronics in it that fail all the time. They just don't have them in it. Yeah, they do. You just don't see them. They all have electronics. Every appliance has electronics in it now. I don't care which one it is, but they all have electronics in it. So the best thing you can do for yourself and for the electronics in your appliances, put them on as a surge suppressor to help avoid the surges that will affect electronics. It's an investment, and I have it in my house personally, and I recommend everybody hire an electrician, have them put a whole house surge suppressor on your breaker box. It will protect every outlet in that home. That includes appliances, electronics as far as TVs, iPads, phones, chargers. It will take care of them all. It's worth the investment. Now you're gonna say, Blake, how much is it gonna cost you? I don't know. Talk to a local electrician. They'll be able to give you the cost of what it would be to do it. When I had mine put in, it was like $500. I've had peace of mind for many, many, many years. Okay, I'm back. As you probably heard some of the beeping in the video, that was some people driving by with a lift. Kind of annoying, but they have to do their job. But you hear beep, beep, beep. Kind of lose my concentration. I start saying, stop it! Anyhow, I went to a customer's house. They had 2 thermal door ranges, one downstairs, one upstairs. I'm gonna say, who has that? People with money, that's who has it. Or the ovens wouldn't work and the tops wouldn't work on both these ovens. They were doing some electrical work at the house, had a power surge due to what they were doing, and they took out both ranges. To fix these ranges, $3,500 each. They're expensive ranges. These ranges are $8,000, $9,000. Overall, they could have replaced one for that amount, but not both of them. So for them to replace them and to fix them, it was worth the money. That's why I recommend a whole house surge suppressor, because it's gonna save you money down the road. It is an upfront cost. So electricians out there, I love you. I'm sending you some work, but honestly, it is the best investment you can do for your home is to add that. I hope this video has been informative. I hope it's been helpful. I want to save you money. I don't want to come visit you. I'd like to keep your money in your pocket because I like to keep money in my pocket. There's other things I'd rather spend them on. Since my kids are all grown, my grandkids seem to think that they need to take my money from me. So that's where my money goes nowadays. I don't spend it. I see my grandkids wearing it or playing with it. But thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you again real soon.